Something is very wrong, and it's time you know about it. Why is a well-meaning hair restoration expert from Paterson, New Jersey, being forced out of practice? Just one reason. Because he uncovered a secret that you weren't supposed to know. The real solution to hair loss. That you won't find on any shelf in any store in the world. It has been blacklisted in every medical journal, yet this solution is so powerful that it can regrow every last hair you ever lost over the past 10 years. No matter how advanced your hair loss is. His secret, if it gets out, it would evaporate $8.4 billion worth of sales from the mainstream hair regrowth products into thin air. And the hair care industry isn't about to let it happen. Due to controversy, this video could be taken down at any moment. So if you're here, drop everything and prepare for the real solution in hair loss. The lid will be blown off the industry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is James Conner. If you're losing your hair or you're worried about losing your hair, you are 5 minutes away from the biggest breakthrough of your entire life, because you're about to realize that the hair you've lost isn't really lost at all. You just thought it was because you didn't know the truth. And the truth will set you free, as you'll see. If you're here, it means you're hurting. Something just is not right with the world. When your hairline first crept back a bit, you didn't think much about it. And when clumps of hair were showing up in your comb, you ignored that as well. This was just a natural part of getting older, right? But then it got worse, and you actually started to see a different person in the mirror. A person you didn't like anymore. You began to feel like you were losing control as months and years went by. Like your good looks were being robbed from you right before your very eyes. You don't stand as tall as you used to now. You can sense eyes judging you wherever you go. You look years older. People don't look at you the same way, and deep down you know neither does your spouse. You went from studly to nerdly and then to pathetic, and all it took was the loss of a few hair follicles. You keep wondering, when's it going to stop? But it won't stop until everything is gone. Your confidence drops by the day. Your very identity is shaken. Am I really the person I used to be? Will my spouse ever see me the same way? Will I ever see myself the same way? You find yourself at a crossroad. Everyone you trust is telling you to accept it and just go on with your life. But deep down you know that's just not an option. Before you found this page, you probably looked at countless other products, pills, potions, and creams, noticing that they were either too expensive or too time-consuming and had no way to promise you long-term results. And dark hopelessness then sets in. You don't know if it's ever going to go away. If any of this rings true for you, I just have one thing to say. It's not your fault. It really isn't. You, along with hundreds of millions of other men and women, are suffering from the exact same problem, thinking the exact same thoughts, and are coming to realize the exact same thing. None of this crap you're being offered actually works. Excuse my French. If you feel as if you've wasted your time and wasted your money, I hate to say it, but you have. I'm a hair restoration specialist, and believe me, all of my patients use Rogaine and Propecia, and it's not like they haven't heard of it. They use it every day, and yet they're still balding by the day, ready to come to my office and go under the knife to fix this problem. I thought I was doing them a service by cutting them up, and I really thought that, until one day, a day that changed me forever. I realized it doesn't have to be that way. I realized that the problem that seemed to be out of control was actually very much in our control, and the $8.4 billion hair industry that's cashing in on this most difficult time of your life instead of curing us. They don't even attempt to offer a cure to this condition, a condition which in many ways is destroying our lives by the millions. I'll admit, the products they offer for us have some results for a little while. But are they the complete solution? How long do these results actually last? Here's a little secret they don't want you to know. Did you know that Rogaine was only tested on its subjects for 5 years, and then all testing was halted as it went to market? Try to find someone still using Rogaine successfully after those 5 years. Try to find them and you'll see they just don't exist. And they know it. And they continue to sell it even though it's not a real solution. If you don't believe me, call up Rogain's customer service right now and ask them if this product is a cure for hair loss. They'll be forced to admit the truth, that it's not. The truth is, they don't want a cure because if your hair loss is cured, there's nothing for them to sell you month by month that will make them filthy rich. And by the way, that kind of thinking is what's at the head of many medical problems we face today. The medical industry is no longer interested in cures because you only pay for a cure once, but their products make them money for life. That's why there's so much talk of a cure for everything from chickenpox to yellow fever, but no cure for hair loss. Sure, hair loss is not lethal, but per capita, it causes as much suffering as any of these diseases. But now, if you aren't mad enough, I'm going to send your blood boiling. What if I told you they're not looking for a solution to hair loss because there's already a solution to hair loss? And that solution has been known to the hair industry for over 9 years. And yet this solution has not made it into any of their products or been covered in a single article anywhere online. Why? Because it's being suppressed by the powers that be to protect their mega empire. I really hate to tell this to people because it's really hard to swallow, but hair loss is one big mirage, a problem that had a solution long, long ago. A problem you don't need to be suffering from because your body and nature already have everything you need to regrow a full head of hair and keep it until the day you die. And it's nearly free and lasts longer than any product on the market would promise you. This solution has been conveniently avoided by the hair care industry. When someone attempted to make a product with these ingredients, they were beaten down with threats for litigation before their product ever saw the light of day. Why? Because it had an exotic, all-natural compound that most people have never heard of that begins regrowing your hair within hours of taking it, with new follicles appearing sooner than what any other product on the market would guarantee you. This was proven beyond any shadow of a doubt in a study of 4,850 men and women who almost universally achieved these results that no other hair care product could dream of having. So, why weren't these product creators on TV? The story of this incredible solution would have been the biggest health headline in a decade, and yet it was immediately suppressed by those in power to protect their snake oil business. Because this rare compound, which costs almost nothing and has zero side effects, took this 42-year-old man from this to this. I asked you again, why wasn't this in the papers, the health magazines? Don't you think they'd be embracing a solution like this? Well, now you know better. The explanation is simple. $8.4 billion in reorder sales from disposable factory-made products like Rogaine. This money and their goons are the only things standing between you and this solution. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but as an insider in the industry, I can assure you there's a conspiracy to keep you from the true solution to hair loss. And the proof you need is right in front of your eyes. This 39-year-old woman went from this to this. And this 47-year-old man went from this to this. These are new hair follicles. They've grown and total restoration of at least 8 years of hair loss. But you'll never get any of these results unless you stay tuned here until the end of this video when I blow the lid off what happened here. What follows in this video is the part where we were threatened and almost forced to shut this video down. They said take it down or force us to begin litigation, even though we have not done anything illegal. You have to wonder, why are they worried about a small guy like me who has no power when they're building companies worth over $8.4 billion? I'll tell you why. The cat is coming out of the bag now, and their hair loss solutions are not actually solutions. They're money drainers. They claim to be the experts, but as usual, the emperor had no clothes. It only takes one little child to say it, and the whole kingdom comes crashing down. And I guess that child is me this time. They have something to hide, we don't. We publish our tests comparing them to the major brands. As you can see, We produce higher hair growth, thicker hair growth over longer periods of time than any of the three major brands, with one major difference: absolutely no side effects. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are side effects. Our people feel more healthy, they have more energy, and they sleep better. Because when you regrow your hair, you regrow more than your hair. As it turns out, there is a solution to hair loss. Only one problem: it doesn't drain money out of your pockets every month. Which puts me in a unique position. Because for me, this isn't about money. I already made my money already. Because this is not fair that this natural solution is kept from you. It isn't fair that you have to suffer one more day. Like I said, my name is James Conner, and I live in Dallas, Texas with my lovely wife Laura and my two daughters, Blake and Christy. And for a time, I was considered one of the top hair specialists in New York. Many well-known athletes and celebrities have come to me for the all-natural look and non-invasive surgeries that are provided. On the outside, I was on top of my game, but I really wasn't happy at all inside. I knew that my practice was imperfect. It's hard to admit this, but 20% of the people I treated wound up with a noticeable scar after the first 10 years. Most of my competitors were around 45%. Some call hair transplants the perfect crime for this reason. The damage only shows up later. It was a horrible cost of doing business to leave someone disfigured. But I figured I was helping more than I was hurting, at least providing better service than my competitors. I went on with my life, but I was really deeply wishing inside there was a way I could help these people with no harm at all. Lying in bed, I wondered if what I was doing was really right. After all, the essence of the Hippocratic Oath was to do no harm. Did I really deliver on that promise? I shoved these thoughts in the back of my mind until a window cracked open for me one day. It started when a man named Zhang Wei came into my office. Zhang was in the prime of his life, but he wasn't feeling prime about it, and he had lost everything on his head but the crown. He had the hairline of George Costanza, and he was only 28 years old. He was extremely distraught. I asked him about how long this was going on, and he literally started to cry in my office, telling me it started when he was 19. He's been wearing a hat ever since then. He even hid his hair from his girlfriend. The light always had to be off in the bedroom. His girlfriend saw him without the hat one day and left him a few days later. I've had people who are upset about this situation, but I've never seen a patient so emotional about their balding problem. So I dug a little deeper to find out why. It turns out he lives in Chinatown in New York. He's the only one in his family who's balding, including his parents and grandparents. It was very lonely. We had the procedure and it was successful. He's extremely happy now. He recently sent me a photo of himself with his new girlfriend who is beautiful. The whole incident, though, it just shook me. Something bothered me about it and I had to figure out what it was. Why haven't I seen an Oriental person in my office before? Why was he the only one among his Oriental friends when in the United States it's very common to see young people go bald as young as age 18? So I started to research and I found that hair loss is to a large extent a geographical issue. Hair loss is concentrated in these areas of the world. If you don't believe me, go yourself to Egypt, Lebanon, or Hong Kong and try to find someone balding. You'll struggle. Go there and see it for yourself. I wondered, is that all genetics, or could we use this information to help find a solution like the one I've been dreaming of? So I looked for studies that might help me figure out why some countries had so much problems with balding and others didn't. I have a med school buddy who's a researcher for one of the largest hair corporations in America with an annual sales report of over $1 billion. I thought he might be able to shed some light. I was surprised to hear him say that his company has done a lot of research on hair loss, but most studies are not released to the public. For reasons I quickly understood, I asked if I could see them. He said to give him a few days, and he should be able to get the clearance he needs, and he did. Like a kid in a candy store, I looked over that research from cover to cover, then ran a search to see if there was anything on ethnicity and geography and its effect on hair loss. As it turns out, there was a large study done on this exact topic, working with a large sample population from each of the major countries involved in the analysis. The research was exhaustive. It was a tremendous study analyzing everything from their lifestyle to their genetics. They went so far as to analyze not only the blood types, but the secretion of certain vitamins and minerals in the blood related to hair loss. The study also mentioned a steroid called DHT, which in high levels is responsible for hair loss. I was no stranger to DHT. You see, DHT, also known as dihydrotestosterone, is a product that comes from testosterone. As years go by, your body transforms more and more of your testosterone into DHT. The higher your DHT levels are, the more chances you have of going bald. Now, DHT is not all bad. There's no problem of having a little bit of it, but when levels get higher, it leads to constant fatigue, lower sex drive, and large prostate for men, and accelerating hair loss. In basic terms, what this steroid does is enters your hair follicles and kills them. You see, the hair growing cycle repeats every 3 to 6 years. It means the current hair you have on your head is at most 6 years old. Once each of your hairs on your scalp reaches the end of this cycle, it falls out and gets replaced by new hair. As more DHT enters your bloodstream, the worse it gets for you. DHT settles inside the papilla, part of your hair where it starts to grow. And then it clogs up the new area, so your new hair stops growing and you start balding. Now here's when things get interesting with the study. As the study says, the cause for all this is an enzyme inside your body called 5-alpha reductase, also known as 5-ARD. Both men and women produce this enzyme, and as we get older, the amount of 5-ARD in our bodies increases at a rapid pace. Now wait a second. If this enzyme is found more often in older people, then why would a guy like Zhang in the prime of his life go bald before his 30s? It didn't make sense. But then the study quickly showed something that shocked me. As it turns out, the high amounts of 5-ARD had nothing to do with aging, as most scientists tend to believe, but it had everything to do with geography. Yes, geography is responsible for your bald spots. As it appears, people from certain regions of the world where balding is not a problem consume higher amounts of minerals and vitamins that naturally inhibit the production of 5-ARD in their body. Therefore, the lower the amount of this enzyme in your body, the lower the DHT levels are, and the faster your hair follicles start regenerating. And all your hair loss problems go away. The study mentioned a special compound that, taken in the right doses, is literally the solution to hair loss. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. I asked my friend, "Whatever happened with this study?" He said the study was abandoned after about a year after they started it. I said, "Why abandon it? That's the greatest study ever done on hair loss." He said, "Well, that was the time they figured out how to make Rogaine with minoxidil." I said, "You mean they ignored this organic compound that's the actual solution to hair loss in favor of a chemical that causes skin rashes, swelling of the face, inflammation of the root of the hair, and countless other side effects?" He said, "Yes, basically, you know how it works." "All too well," was all I could respond. This organic compound works better than anything you've seen on the market. You don't have to take it for the rest of your life. It naturally equilibrates the values of this hormone and counteracts the follicle killer, which is the 5-ARD enzyme. Now, even though this study was halted, I knew it was my job to pick it up where they left off. Maybe this was the reason I got into this industry in the first place. Not to find a way, but a solution. The solution that nature is waiting on us to discover. The solution was right here the entire time, and it's almost free. So I gathered together a team of scientists who were friends of mine, and we developed a cocktail of ingredients that not only helps create this effect in a powerful and rapid way, but what we wound up with is what we call a super cocktail of the ingredients that supercharge all the effects seen in that study. So it works fast and generates far higher quality hair, which lasts much longer. This is the cocktail of hair regrowth. And the craziest part is, until today, nobody in the world has ever heard of it but you. My first big experiment with this super cocktail was James Cater. He was suffering from a rare condition that caused all his hair to fall out in a matter of weeks. Mainstream thinking had it that the hair would never come back. He was 38 years old. He was depressed. He used to be popular among women before this whole mess happened to him. He wanted me to give him a hair transplant. I said, not until you try this. We gave him this super cocktail according to the parameters we discovered in our tests. He thought it sounded strange, but he obliged. Soon after, I get an email from him with this picture attached. I couldn't believe it either. This turned his entire life around. He started going out again. He now has a girlfriend who's a stunning model. He started picking up baseball again. He is a new person. They say clothes make the man, but in truth, from my experience, it's the hair that does it. Anna Barber is a woman whose hair looked like this. She was 42 years old, still in her prime, and she was certain her husband was losing interest in her. She tried the cocktail, and look at her now. Mr. Bennett was recently divorced, going back to the dating scene. He was getting no interest. This is how he came in day one. And this is after he tried the super cocktail. And here's the beauty of it. With this super cocktail, you don't have to cut out the sugar. You don't need to massage your scalp 12 times a day. You don't have to exercise or breathe or go raw or improve your health. You just have one thing to take, and it takes less than a minute. Now, here's something you didn't know. These testimonials are just the tip of a very large iceberg. We have them pouring in from every part of the country, and yes, every part of the world. We tried to catalog all of them here, but they're literally coming in too fast to put on the website. And it all happens because we put this solution inside a powerful capsule, an all-natural supplement that anyone can take at home. We called it Revifol. This solution has helped tens of thousands already, a product like no other because it gets to the root of the problem. It's all natural, and it's a one-time, which means you don't have to buy anything else from us again. You cannot find a hair regrowth product that has all these benefits because it simply does not exist. We are the first to bring this to market, and by the looks of it, we'll be the only ones for quite some time. So now it's time to ask yourself, 1 year from now, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person still trying to figure out how to make a believable comb over? Or do you want to be the person being hit on by others half your age? The one whose spouse gets giddy to see you when you come home, or the one still trying to find a good hat to hide behind? When I talk about these dreams, these are not really dreams at all. These are real results, as I'll explain here in a moment. This is really happening. A new era in your life is about to begin, greater than you've ever experienced before. You're going to have every person you know burning with envy and crowding around you like you're a celebrity, asking you how you did it. But you'll be the one who knows the secret solution to hair loss. Now, there is one thing that may worry you. You might be wondering about the price of this product. Let me just turn the question back to you. What would you be willing to pay to know you never need to worry about your hair falling out ever again? Really think about that. Would you pay $500? $1,000? Personally, I'd pay more. Any sane man would. This is your self-esteem we're talking about here. So could I charge that much? Absolutely. And I'd have people lining up. But the truth is, I'm not here to make money for myself. I'm retired. I'll be just fine. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to make a dent in an industry filled to the brim with lies and misinformation. And I'm here to create another success story for my portfolio. Your success story. So even though the industry experts are telling me that it's easily a $399 product, we decided to charge half of that, bringing the price down to $199. But then I decided I don't want anyone to miss out because of the price, and we know the times are tough right now, especially these days with all the things going on in the world. So Revifol is now just $99. But hold up, because during the first days of our online launch, we're allowing you to get in at an even lower price, bringing you down to $69 for a bottle of Revifol. Look below at the order button to see if this early bird price is still in effect at this time. When the early bird price ends, we'll go back to $99. And here's something important. I'm going to make this entire deal even better than it is because I've seen how depressing it is to watch every last piece of hair on your head fall out and feel completely powerless about it. I'm going to give you a package discount on 6 bottles of Revifol. You can get them for only $49 per bottle and free shipping for as long as the supply lasts. Once we run out of stock, this discount is gone forever. So click the 6-bottle package below or any other package you want to secure right now. 3 bottles are enough to unclog your hair follicles and restore that beautiful hair of yours. However, 6 bottles will also supercharge your hair growth and make you immune to serious problems that come with increased DHT levels such as constant fatigue, lower sex drive, and enlarged prostate for men. I know with this price, we've made it easy for you to jump on board and start getting results with Revifol. And right now, I'm going to make it impossible for you to say no. That's because of our special guarantee, which is unlike any guarantee you'll ever get from any hair care product in the industry. They would simply go out of business if they had to defend this guarantee. This means you have 60 days to try our product. And after 60 days, if you don't see the results you're looking for or you want your money back for any reason at all, you don't have to explain anything to us. You get your money back in your account with no questions asked. So take your time with this product, give it a try, and show it to others you trust so you can decide for yourself that Revifol is the right thing for you. Because we don't want to keep anyone's money unless we're fully giving you the results we promise. No red tape, no hoops to jump through. You have my word on that. I take your trust in me very seriously. I will make sure you succeed. Which is why we also provide top-notch, around-the-clock customer service and expert support for life to help you through every aspect of this process. We're coming to a close. It's time for you to make a decision. You have a simple choice to make. You can do nothing, and your hair, along with your confidence, will keep fading like an old picture of Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. And your life in general will continue on a downward slide. Your spouse will no doubt find you less attractive as time goes on, and the same thing will be true for any other people you have in your life. You can go down that road, or you can choose to join thousands of people who are growing their hair right now and loving every minute of it. They have bright faces and bright futures. Futures that look up, not down. In my opinion, you deserve to be a part of that. I believe it's time to take your life back. It's hard enough as it is without a big bald spot on top of it. This may come as a shock to you, but I'll tell you this. If you don't do this, a year from now, when you look in the mirror at a naked scalp and your spouse has lost any interest in you, you're going to think back to this video. And you're going to know that things could have been different. Growing your hair back is a great blessing. It's up to you to bring that blessing into your life. It's easy when I show you the way. It just takes a small investment today that will pay dividends for the rest of your life. So make your decision. Here's what you need to do to get started. Select the 6-bottle package or any package you want, click the order button below and secure your order. Fill in the details on the next page and we'll rush Revifol directly to your home in just a few days from now. So click the button now and secure your package. And together, let's get that hair back. If you have any doubts, here's the answer. Don't say yes, just say maybe. Click the button and just give it a try. Look, if you want to know what it's like to be the only person with a full head of hair growing even in their 70s, then do it now. You'll never know how much hair you could have grown back if you don't try. Click the button, fill your details on the next page, and I'll see you on the other side. I know there's a little voice inside your head saying, push this off to another day, or I just don't know if it's going to work for me. It's the same voice that has kept you from all your dreams. There's always tomorrow. Or when I have money or when I feel like it. Well, you know something? I've learned that the perfect moment will never come. The moment of success is a moment you need to create. And I believe that for you, this is that moment. If you don't do this now, next time when you come back to this page, this video might be gone forever. And you've seen the results. You'll never find a product that gives you results like this one, no matter how far and how hard you look. This is meant to be. You came to this page for a reason, not just to spend 20 minutes watching a video and leaving. So make this experience meaningful. Take a chance on your new hair. If you risk nothing, you get nothing. And here, there's really no risk at all. So hit that button, hit it well, and fill out the form. And I'll see you on the other side with a very special announcement. Sometimes the only reason someone has not hit the button is because they have a few questions that need answering. Let's do that right now. Question number 1. How does Revifol work? As I explained in the video, scientists have found that the root cause of hair loss is a steroid called DHT. This steroid is a compound of your testosterone and increases in value as you get older. When its levels increase, it clogs your hair follicles and stops your hair from growing. The reason its values get so high is because of an enzyme called 5-ARD. To suppress this enzyme, your body requires certain vitamins and minerals. Revifol is the right choice as it contains the perfect balance you need to inhibit 5-ARD and get your hair back. Revifol is an all-natural solution to hair loss, so go ahead and secure your Revifol package now. Question 2. Is Revifol safe to use if I have allergies? We created this amazing natural solution to hair loss so it has no damaging side effects on people who have a variety of common allergies because the quantities of the ingredients inside are carefully selected to be below the allergy triggering levels. Now, as always, if you suffer from allergies or other certain medical conditions at this very moment, we strongly advise you consult with your doctor first. Question 3. Why haven't I heard this solution before? This solution has been buried for years by the $8.4 billion hair care industry. If the actual way of regrowing your hair was released to the public, it would cost them hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. That's why you need to hurry and secure your package today. We are being constantly harassed by the cables of this industry to take this video down off the internet. Question number 4. Is Revifol for everyone? Yes, Revifol works for anyone, no matter what your hair condition is and your age. It doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or 70 years old. Go ahead and give it a try now. Question number 5. I'm in. What's next? Select your 6 bottles package or any other package, click the order button, fill in the shipping details, and your order will be shipped to you soon. Got more questions? As soon as you get inside, 98% of them will be answered. And there's really no cost to get in when you can get your money back at any time. So hit the button below now and fill out the form. Oh, and for the other 2% of the questions we might not answer, for that we have experts standing by and ready waiting for your support request. You can ask them anything under the sun about hair loss, the supplement, your order, and more. You'll have a knowledgeable, articulate, friendly, and satisfying response within 24 hours or less. So in summary, the historic Revifol is a click away right now. I've risked a lot and I've given a lot of myself to bring this to you. And you won't need to pay a penny for it unless you want to. But it's up to you to make you do it. Don't wait. You have a simple act in front of you right now that could cause the biggest change in your life you've ever had. It could turn your life into one with more joy, more freedom, less worry, and less pain. Claim that. It's what you deserve. Fill out the form on the next page and feel sexy again. Do it now. Claim back your lost hair.